Hey Makkos, we're at the third Amud Rava. Get your calendars out on Daf Hey Amud Aleph. The second Makkos. Here we go. We have a Rava. Bo Shnayim. Comes along Reuven Shimon on Tuesday. The Amr B'chad B'Shabbata, and they said that last Sunday in Blueback Square, Harak Ponias and Nefesh, Moshe killed somebody. Bo Shnayim comes along Levi and Yehuda on Wednesday. They said, you were with us last Sunday in LA. So don't say that Moshe killed somebody on Sunday at Blueback Square. You're a bunch of liars. But on Monday, Moshe really did kill somebody. So the question is, if Reuven and Shimon claimed on Tuesday that Moshe killed on Sunday, even though that he really didn't kill until Monday, but if Reuven and Shimon are saying this on Tuesday, then Moshe was already a killer. Below Od, we'll say a little better. Afilu Amr Erev Shabbos, Harik Ponias and Nefesh. Even if Levi and Yehuda say that Moshe killed last Friday, last Erev Shabbos. So when Reuven and Shimon said on Tuesday that Moshe killed on Sunday, according to that, Moshe had already killed even before that Sunday because he really killed last Friday. So your question, number one for the email, is what's the bigger Chiddush case by Ela Afilu Amr Erev Shabbos? Okay? As the halacha goes, in both cases, Neragin. We kill Reuven, Shimon, and Moshe. Okay, I understand why we kill Moshe, because he talk as a killer. But why do we kill Reuven and Shimon? Answers the Gemara, Debe'idna dekal Masadi. At the time that Reuven and Shimon testified, Gaver la bar Ktalahu. Moshe was not a bar Ktala. Even though that he was a murderer, but because he wasn't caught until Wednesday, when Levi and Yehuda came in with the actual testimony, Tuesday they're putting some type of false testimony against him that's going to cost Moshe his life. That will make Reuven and Shimon Edom Zamimim. Okay? Now, my Kamash Milan, what's the Chiddush in that? Because Tanina, we already learned the Mishnah, Daf Vav Amud Beis. It says over there, by the story with one cot in the window on one side of the building, and another cot in the window on the other side of the building, with Moshe killing somebody down below. So, if one of the Kitim becomes Edom Zomim, we'll kill that cot plus Moshe. Lefikach, said the Mishnah over there, Nim says Achas Mehen Zomemes, if we find that one cot is Zomim, Hu V'hein Neragin. Moshe and that cot are killed. So we see that we can kill Edom Zomimim plus a group of witnesses. Why do we need our Rava to say this over here? Notice the Gemara answers Seifa. We need it for the Seifa, Masha Ein Kain B'Gemar Din It's Trichalei. Because the Seifa is talking about something different by when there's a Gemar Din. If they had already decided in Beis Din that Moshe was going to be killed, then the case is going to be different. What do we mean? Let's see the Seifa. The Seifa of the Brisa says, Bo Shnayim, comes along Reuven and Shimon now on Tuesday, the Amr B'chad B'Shabbata, and they said last Sunday in Blueback Square, in that Beis Din, Nigmar Dino Shaploni, Moshe's life was sentenced to death because he was a murderer. Moshe was sentenced to death last Sunday. Ubo Shnayim comes along, two more witnesses, Levi and Yehuda. They said on Sunday you were with us in LA. You couldn't have been the Beis Din in West Hartford. Erev Shabbos, Nigmar Dino Shaploni. But on Friday, there was a Gemar Din against Moshe. 2 days before what you claimed, Reuven and Shimon, Moshe was already Chayav Misa from last Friday, 2 days before Sunday. Below Od, we'll say an even bigger case, bigger Chiddush. Ela afilu amru b'trei b'shabbata Nigmar Dino Shaploni. And even if, maybe you would say that on Monday, Moshe had a Gemar Din, he got the sentence to the death penalty. A day after what Reuven and Shimon said that the Gemar Din was on Sunday. Levi and Yehuda are saying that the Gemar Din was on Monday. So, Ein Elu Ne'eragin. On all these cases, Reuven, Shimon, I guess Moshe's killed, but Reuven and Shimon are not killed. Why not? The Be'idna, the Kamasadi, that at the time that Reuven and Shimon testified on Tuesday, Gavr Bar K'talahu. Moshe was already a Bar K'tala. Why do you say that his Gemar Din happened on Sunday, Monday, Erev Shabbos? It doesn't matter. He was already a Bar K'tala. He was already Chayav Misa, going to get the death penalty. So Reuven and Shimon aren't adding any new information to get Moshe sentenced to death. He was already sentenced to death. So therefore, they don't become Edom Zomim. They're not going to get a punishment. And so for your second question, I want to know, what is the difference, I guess, a better way of saying it, what changes when Reuven and Shimon are talking about a Gemar Din, that they don't become Edom Zomim? Okay? And just before the last part, so our joke of the week this week is, how do you get a squirrel to like you? You guys probably go to this, you act like a nut. Okay? Last thing is, the Gemara says, V'chein le'inyan tashlume kanas. It's the same thing in regards to paying for a kanas. If Reuven and Shimon come in Beis Din, and they say that Moshe got caught stealing an animal and he was toveach, he shechted it, or he was machar, he sold the animal. So there's a certain amount of money that Moshe would have to pay. And then if it turns out that Reuven and Shimon were lying and that they're putting this payment on Moshe, Reuven and Shimon are going to have to pay it. Now Rashi says that Reuven and Shimon don't have to pay the Keren. They don't have to pay the basic principal amount that Moshe would have to pay. Because if Moshe is we're going to find out from Levi and Yehuda that the animal was stolen, just on a different day than what Reuven and Shimon said. Reuven and Shimon never really saw it. So Moshe is going to have to pay the owner of the animal that he stole from. So that Reuven and Shimon aren't being mafsed Moshe. The only thing that Reuven and Shimon have to pay is the kanas, the kafel value, the double payment that usually thieves have to pay. If you steal something, then you have to pay back the person you stole from double what you originally stole plus the value again. Right? So let's just see that in Rashi. We're on the last small line. It says Upirusho Mishum, and its explanation is because to have a matzi lemifter nafshe behoda'a is that in the meantime Moshe could have patched himself with his own admittance. Ishtakach de inu have a mafsidile, and so now that Reuven and Shimon came in and they said that Moshe stole and he was toveach u'machar, so Moshe lost his chance to admit. If you would have admitted, we would have said moda b'kanas pater, that if you admit to your fine, then you don't have to pay. And now that Reuven and Shimon came and spilled the beans for him, Moshe doesn't have that availability anymore. So now Reuven and Shimon have to pay that kanas value. Although Rashi says v'davka kanas, we're only talking about the kanas, about the fine. Avo be'edus mamen p'turin. In the actual money value of the animal that Moshe stole, that they don't have to pay the p'turin. Sharei lo hayu mafsidin oso klum, that they're not being mased Moshe anything after Moshe gets caught that he really did steal. Moshe is going to have to pay that amount of the animal. The only thing that Reuven and Shimon are being mafsid him from is the kanas, because if we would have given Moshe more time, maybe he would have admitted that he stole, and then he wouldn't have to have paid the kanas. So you'll see the rest of the Gemara yourself. But for your third question, I want to know, what do Edom Zomin pay? What do Reuven and Shimon pay in the case where they accuse Moshe of owing Tashlume Kanas? And with that, have a nice night, and I will see you tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing your answers. Take care.